Good evening. I wanted to read something to you. Stephanie, there really is a God. Dear Stephanie, I have read your letter several times and pondered if there was anything I could say to help you. It sounds like your life has hit bottom, probably more than once. It sounds like you've lost your faith in God, possibly even your belief in God. You want a miracle to prove that God exists, that He loves you. Perhaps there are a lot of people aching just like you, so I decided to answer you publicly. Stephanie, there really is a God, and He really does love you. The odd thing is I can prove it to you. I want you to place yourself in a scenario in your mind's eye. Let's say you are driving down the road with a few wild friends, and you come upon a young mother pushing a baby stroller beside the road. Let's say your friends started taunting you and urging you to run over the cute baby in the stroller. They offer you money and call you a coward. Would you do it? I know you wouldn't, because you just considered that scenario. You felt repelled and sickened by the idea, didn't you? You knew it was awful and wrong. I could pose 1,000 other similar scenarios to you, and you would know if every one of them was right or wrong, all by yourself, without anyone's help. The amazing thing is that I could also pose the same scenarios to every person on the planet, and they would likewise know, exactly like you, the rightness or evilness of each. Do you know why? It's because you and every other living person were born with the light of Christ within them. We call it our conscience. What you may not have realized is that your conscience comes from Jesus Christ. It is actually revelation to you. This is where God is in your life. This is your connection to the divine. This is your proof that God actually exists, that He loves you, and that He is with you every moment of your day. You have never been alone. Ever. When you do those despicable things you mentioned, you wouldn't even know that they were despicable without your conscience to tell you. Did you realize that every time you choose to do something dark, there is a war inside of you? You have to fight hard against the feeling of doing right. You have to purposely choose to do what is wrong in the face of knowing you shouldn't. The source of all your unhappiness is this war within your heart. Each time you choose to do the right thing, the war ends, and you feel proud of yourself, don't you, Stephanie? And each time you do the wrong thing, you feel awful. You hate yourself. You hate everyone else. You hate God, because it feels as if God has been mean to put you through this awful dilemma of forcing you to choose between what He calls right and what your wants, lusts, and addictions keep insisting that you must have. You say you want to be a person of light, a positive example to your children, and a source of light for other people. Here is how to do that. Choose the light in every single decision you make. Choose to do what your conscience tells you is right. This is actually Jesus Christ giving you a perfect knowledge of what is right. He does this because He loves you, and because He knows that this is the only way you will be happy in this life and be able to live with him in the next. Choose those good things and you will become that person of light you want to be. Choose anything else and you will remain in darkness. Stephanie, learning to obey one's conscience is the single greatest lesson people learn in their lifetime. For some, it seems easy to choose to do right. They learn quickly that happiness flows from obeying that guiding voice and doing good. Others must experience great pain to be motivated to choose the right. This is the merciful reason for your pain and discomfort, to guide you back into happiness. What is interesting to me about you is that you admit you have lived a hard and dark life, and yet there is part of you that wants to be full of light, fearless and free. Your spirit must be very strong within you. You must be a person of extraordinary strength to even want light and truth after indulging yourself in darkness for so long. Because of your inner strength, I have faith in your ability to choose the right and turn your life around. If you don't have that faith in yourself, decide here and now to have faith in Jesus Christ and in his voice of revelation to your soul. Just choose to obey and obey and obey. As you do so, he will change you, and you will find that you no longer desire your former sins. The fear will depart, the darkness will lift, and you will feel satisfaction, then contentment, then self-worth, then happiness, and in time, you will feel joy. Somewhere along the path, you will also feel clean and worthy. At some point, your inner sense of right and wrong is going to suggest that you talk with your bishop to get the further help you need. Your bishop can guide you through the repentance process. He will be loving and understanding, and he'll see that you are trying, that you are willing to pay the price to become the person of light that you truly can be. Trust his counsel. This is the only pathway back, Stephanie. You have the inner strength and empowerment through the atonement of Christ to claim your life in the light. You also have the choice to remain where you are. You can't do both. You must walk the path of light completely, without reservation and without excuses, or you must forever, including beyond the grave, remain in darkness, trapped in a life of unhappiness and pain. God bless you, Brother John.